Are you surprised that Sam Darnold is the only starter from that rookie quarterback class that we saw drafted that night in Dallas?
Yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I saw this kid, especially the last 2 years, the quick release, the quick decision making, the great feet, the anticipation, which is I put on par with anybody that's come out of college in the last 10 years. His anticipation of throws and seeing windows, it's impressive. So it didn't surprise me one bit.
So you think he will transition into the NFL smoothly? How do you see it going for him and the Jets then?
Oh, he'll have some dips here and there, which they all do. He'll have some rookie moments, but this guy's going to have some flashes because this is how he's built. I think it's not long before he's in that top, third of quarterbacks in the NFL, and then maybe even higher after that.
And then Lamar Jackson in Baltimore, he's listed as the second quarterback, but word is in your old stomping grounds professionally that it's going to be RG3 who would trot into the field to back up Joe Flacco. What do you think his transition, knowing that organization as well as you do, is going to be there in Baltimore?
Well, I think it's the biggest phrase is roster management, whereas RG3 is probably the next best quarterback to go in and play quarterback, but they're going to have a role for this guy. They've got multiple guys on staff that know how to get the most out of an athletic quarterback like this that can throw. This is not a receiver or running back they're putting out that quarterback. This kid can throw, and he can throw deep, and he can throw accurately. But as they're kind of spoon feeding him a little bit, let him toe dip in the water, they're going to find a way to help for this guy to help them win football games.
So what that means, I know we talked about this briefly because it happened in the last pick of the night, and we get off the air so quickly. But I mean, how aren't you? If you think he is your quarterback of your future, I mean, don't you run the risk of getting him? What are you going to put him in the slot? You're going to put him next to Flacco? I mean, how do you work that?
And that's why I say roster management, because if something happens to Flacco, I'm just guessing. I'm not there.
Sure.
I'm guessing they're saying, hey, he's not ready to be the down after down player on a team that wants to win the Super Bowl. This is not a rebuilding franchise. This is not where the Jets are, where, hey, we're going to have some bumps, but this guy's going to grow. This team wants to win right now, and they're built to win right now. That defense is impressive. They've got weapons. So Robert probably gives him the best chance if something happens to Flacco, but to be able to put especially a third down package together, be able to put a red zone package together for this young superstar to come in there and affect the game as a runner and as a passer, that may be too inviting not to have, which is why you carry three quarterbacks, which most people don't do nowadays. But if you're not sure that superstar is ready to play an entire game, you got to have a backup quarterback who's in-house and ready to go if something happens in the middle of the game.
And I don't know if you were able to peek David Shaw at any preseason action involving the number 1 overall pick that night, Baker Mayfield. I know you're concerned about height on draft night, and that's the reason why guys that tall aren't drafted first overall very often, if ever, in the NFL. Yeah. Any of those concerns alleviated so far from you?
No, not at all. But once again, for me, there are anomalies, right? Drew Brees is an anomaly. There are a lot of guys with Drew Brees' dimensions that were outstanding in college that are watching NFL football, not playing NFL football, which is what the thing when you watch Baker Mayfield, and I'm one of those guys. I like the prototypical 6'2" and up quarterback. When you watch the kid play, all those things I described Sam Darnold, this kid's got the same thing. Quick release. He's great in the pocket. He's not good in the pocket. He's great in the pocket. He can find windows. He can peek around him and see if he's got time to throw it or needs to escape. He's got all those things, and on top of the intangibles, you just wonder at time, oh, gosh, is a guy's wide open, the ball gets batted down. Or a guy's wide open, can he not see? But if over time he's proven to be that next Drew Brees type of a quarterback, which I don't want to put him in the running quarterback category because this kid's a quarterback. He can play from the pocket. And if he can see like Drew Brees can see, this kid's got a chance to be really good.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.